Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to give you some important classic Lavahound tips that are going to help you push trophies in Clash Royale. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, so first off, we are starting with classic lava versus this Logbait deck. I think this is a standard Logbait deck, except it has the Tesla instead of the Inferno. And I agree, the Tesla is easier to beat than the Inferno Tower, but that's just my personal preference. Maybe it's like worldwide, I don't know. Never mind, we're not. So here we have a matchup versus Logbait. It's Logbait, the normal Logbait you see, but it does have Tesla, and I think Tesla's easier to face, just because of how it kills your Lavahound slower than the Inferno Tower does. So you can kind of work around that. But as you can see, I usually go Tombstone first play, like when I see a log, because I know that's not usually a really high punish deck. It's usually a cycle deck. Cycle decks usually run log. So we just wrap it up with the Mega Minion there. And then we decide to go in with our first lava. Because at this point, you know, Goblin Barrel Princess, it's log bait. Now it's just kind of trying to find out which version it is. And so the Valkyrie comes down. And so we're probably thinking classic here. And so I go in with the Skydrakes here because they will kill the princess. And he goes in with the Tesla, which is really annoying. Because I thought he had Inferno Tower. But here we'll just get a rocket out of him. Although we do kill his Tesla first. So I do go in there with the guards as well, because I know the guards are going to help out on defense, on offense, as well as kill the Valkyrie for defense. So he logs here, and one of the guards does not get killed, which is super lucky. Also, if I would have got that firebomb down earlier, I think it would have been like a guaranteed thing that they survived. But sadly, they not all of them survived, so we didn't get too much damage out of there. But now we go with the tombstone in the back here because it's safe against the Goblin Barrel. And he does go in that lane, but we just Mega Minion. And now he can pick any lane, but it's just kind of whatever, you know, because that's a big tip about Logbait is you want to go tombstone behind your lowest HP tower. And so now, you know, it's kind of even. So if they have Valkyrie guards, sometimes I recommend you go like Tombstone in the middle, because if the Valkyrie and the guards are both in cycle, it's really hard to deal with the Valkyrie guards. And if you try and deal with the Valkyrie guards, then you can get killed by the Princess and the Tesla and the Inferno Tower, because you have to use Skeleton Dragons. But usually a good thing to do is just plop your Tombstone down in the middle sometimes if you have guards ready for his Goblin Barrel or something like that. And so here we go in with another Lavahound push. I do go with the Mega Minion behind it because the Mega Minion is a cheap alternative, and it also provides some pressure because you got to deal with the Mega Minion. He can distract using the guards, which is very annoying, but that does mean we can go in because it can't punish with guards anymore. And so here we go in with another Lavahound. At this point, we're just trying to out-chip him. He gets a good cycle going. His Princess does a lot of value, but the big thing is that we're preventing him from going in on offense by being really offensive. And so here we do get a finally a fireball down to kill that princess, but he's already backed another one. So it's annoying, but we've accomplished our goal here of getting chip damage with the Lavahound, which is the main way you're going to win this game, is through chip, in my opinion. As long as you're offensive enough, you can probably just chip your way to victory. And here you knew it was over, I guess, because I don't even know if the rocket would have gone down. But as you can see there, defense is really important for this deck, as well as to pressure as much as you can. Alright, so here I do have a really weird matchup, in my opinion. It's kind of the Royal Hogs bridgespam type of deck, but it's got some weird cards in it. It's got the Hogs, it's got the Hunter Ewiz. Hunter Ewiz is always very tough to deal with, so I like sharing replays where I win against that. And so here the guards are usually our go-to counter against the Royal Hogs. I guess I had an experience yesterday. I was playing against the Royal Hogs. I think Skeleton Dragons wrap them up faster, but they're also more expensive, and plus sometimes you want to save them for offense slash fireball baiting. It's whatever. And so here goes to the snowball. It's a little annoying, but it's late, so he doesn't get as much damage from the cannon card as we would have thought. And so we take 1700 damage, but we also dish out a lot of damage here. And so we do just go in here, and he's got like no elixirs, so the Mega Minion does lock onto the tower and take it. Pretty good situation here, except if he like split lane pushes or something, or he goes with the Royal Hogs, we won't be back to our guards. So I'm thinking that I'll probably use Skeleton Dragons for his Royal Hogs. And so he goes with the guards. He allows us some time to cycle back to our tombstone. And now we're just one card away from our tombstone. So if we were to go in with Lavahound here, it would be fine. I do go Skeleton Dragons in the back though, because I knew he hadn't shown a big spell yet, so I didn't think he could kill them. So we Fireball here because I just wanted to stop the cannon cart at the bridge. That way the Ewiz wouldn't like sneak around the cannon cart and get some damage while he was tanking, and he still did that. He still got extra value out of his Ewiz by keeping it alive, and that was a little annoying, but we just used the Mega Minion plus the Zap there. And I would have preferred to not spend that much elixir, but we did, so we're kind of right back to where we were like before he started going in. I don't know if he tried to pull my Mega Minion with this bandit there, but it just didn't work. So we go in with another Lavahound push because I'm back to Tombstone. So if he tried to pressure, I could just go in with the Tombstone. Also, we have Skelly Drags on defense for maybe his Hogs. And so the Fireball is a little annoying here because Skeleton Dragons just get eradicated. And we are looking here at a situation where he's got a Hunter stacked up, he's got an Ewiz, so we probably want to go after the Ewiz as hard as we can. And we do there because what I'm thinking is we have a Mega Minion on his Hunter, so we don't really need to deal with that Hunter. There's only 18 seconds left, so I think we could just distract the bandit with that Tombstone, and then we could just use the guards to wrap up the Royal Hogs because they do a lot of damage. And sadly here I was not able to defend because those guards probably should have been saved for a cannon cart, but I didn't think of that. I didn't think that was going to take that much damage, but it did, sadly. And so here we go with just the all-out protection to try and get away from these Hogs. I don't know if that's what I was trying to say, but whatever. Anyways, we're looking at a bad situation here, but I want to make sure that we do not go in with our Lavahound until we have a building or a ground card to go in with. And so here I'm predicting the Hunter, so we Fireball and Zap the Hunter, and there he does miss his Fireball because of the Snowball knockdown. And so that was probably keystone to winning this matchup, but I think we could have won it even if we didn't get those balloon hits. Because basically we can defend pretty much everything he does as long as, you know, like, we're smart about defending his Hogs. And so you've got to kind of make sure that I've prediction Hunter again. But anyways, against decks like this where he has a lot of ground counters, you've got to make sure that what I like to do is try and get a lot of value out of my Tombstone. So I either place it early and then try and cycle back to another one, or I go with the guards, or I just always want to keep a ground counter inside of my hand so that in case he goes with a cannon card or a bandit, we can deal with it. And so here we do have a matchup against Magic Archer wall breakers, minor wall breakers with the Rocket, and that's a really interesting matchup because normally I think this deck runs Fireball. I don't know if I'd rather face Fireball or Rocket. It kind of felt harder to deal with it because he had Rocket. But, so I'm just thinking that I'd rather face Fireball. But Fireball also makes us cycle faster, and he can kill our Skelly Drags, and it's just, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think you'd rather face Rocket or Fireball in this deck. And so we just go in with the Fireball here on the Magic Archer because it's usually what I want to do. One, because it disables the ability for him to just chip at my cards that are behind my Lavahound. And also when I Fireball the Magic Archer, he can't get any more value. And it may not seem like much, but we get way more Lavahound chip damage because the Lavahound stays alive longer. And so we use guards plus Zap there, which it's an even trade, but we didn't stop a lot of the damage from the minor. But if you look at that, it's actually a 5 for 7 because he had to use the goblins to wrap up the guards, so I feel like that's worth it because now we're up elixir. Also, he is out of his pressure cards. But just to make sure, I go with the tombstone before I plan on going with the Lavahound. And I know that he has Rocket at this point, so I can either do one of two things, which is just use the Skelly Drags behind my lava, or use the rocket behind my lava, or kind of like split lane it. But basically, we used the Mega Minion there because I knew he was going to go in with the fireball. I mean, the Magic Archer on our tombstone. Because while the tombstone's on the board, the wall breakers get attracted to it no matter like where it is, unless it's like on the other side of the field. So a tombstone is very annoying for him, so that's why he tried to take it out. And so he pressures here, but the goblins just really aren't a problem. I feel like the guards are just so much worse to face. And we go with the fireball on the Magic Archer because it gets tower damage also. Look at that. I mean, come on. That's a lot of damage there. And now, you know, what's he going to do? He's going to pull it with this bomb tower. Also, I don't know why he kept going bomb towers there. That's interesting to me because if he went with the bomb tower in the middle, he could, like, pull the balloon to king tower, and he just didn't. So, it's kind of weird there. But this matchup gets really easy if you make sure you place your tombstones down first. And also, make sure that you're spacing out your units. Either go split lane. I didn't go split lane in this matchup. I'd either go split lane or make sure that you're not using both your balloon and your skelly drags at the same time in this matchup. So we're going to head on to our ritual, which is to include a Queen Hogs matchup in the game. And of course, last but not least, our ritual of every lava deck is to put a Queen Hogs matchup in there. I'm not even doing this on purpose. Like, I'm literally not doing this on purpose. It's just there. It happens. Every single time I try a new deck for a video or something, I face Queen Hogs. And I've never lost. So I'm beginning to think, you know, that just as, one of the only advantages Lava has in this meta is that, you know, one of the most popular decks in the game is countered by it. Lava. Lava doesn't have too many counters, but the counters to Lavahound are very popular in the meta right now. So at least we can be beneficial. At least we can be grateful that E-Giant isn't great in the meta right now. Oh, I hate facing E-Giant, dude. Anyways, he's got the Royal Hogs. It's a little annoying, but it's whatever. You know how we usually wrap up the Royal Hogs, Skeleton Dragons. As you can see there, in the last, the other matchup I showed you guards taking on it, they let the Hog get like one more hit or something. These, the Skeleton Dragons, maybe they were placed right though. Could be a placement issue. I still think it's worth, using the guards. Because the guards are cheaper and they only allow one more hit. And it's not about placement. With the guards, you just kind of put the guards on the Royal Hogs. And so here we go with the tombstone to take out the queen, because it pushes her back, and also there's skeletons. And then we use the guards, and we're actually down a lot of damage here. It's not too big of a deal though, because we just go in with a lava push and kind of sack that right tower. It's not really a big deal. If he wants to spend 5 elixir for that tower, then we'll kind of just let him do it. It's not too big of a deal. I like to do that against lots of players. And I wanted to try and stop him here because I didn't know how much damage we were going to allow. But apparently he did take it still. So maybe a small mistake, but I don't really care. Because I wanted to go split lane here since I knew the Skeleton Dragons wouldn't do anything by themselves. I wanted him to use his queen in the lane with my Lavahound, and then we could just use the balloon on the other side. And the lava pups and the guards did kind of not do what they wanted to do, but I did get like 5 balloon hits on the right side, so that was really good there. And here we just go in with the balloon, and it's kind of over from here. This matchup is getting really easy if you know how to play it, so that's very nice. And the problem is that, you know, you mess up like one placement and he gets a bunch of hogs, and then he just plays defense for the rest of the game, and it's really hard to deal with. So hopefully I do show you guys how to beat this matchup. I think I did do a matchup guide on it, so it's not like it's too rare to find some help on this matchup. I also like show him a game with it every video, so it's kind of whatever. And here, you know, we probably should have fireballed the queen, but I don't think it would have mattered at that point. The queen doesn't do that much damage, and I did have my sap. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, sub, and let's love you.